Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of PKM Weekly. So let's see what's been in store for us from the past week or so. First up, Obsidian and Wonderloots. They've done a video on how do I build an LLM wiki using Obsidian and an AI tool. So basically they made it into how I future-proof my knowledge system for both myself and for AI, so I don't lose my work, ideas or knowledge between the tools. It's a custom wiki, one that gets smarter the more I use it, and a shared memory layer for myself and every AI tool I use. So it's a little bit AI agnostic. You can use whichever tool you want, just with the base being Obsidian, but I guess you could use also any markdown files, notes that you have. So well worthwhile checking out the video and seeing what Wonderloots present to us, because he does go through in the nitty-gritty of how to get it set up and what it can do for you. There's been a little bit of a roadmap update in Obsidian, and it's the Obsidian for Work, so a workplace configuration option to control access to plugins and other features. So I guess that's just to make it more compliant in workspace environments. The other two that are active, Kanban view for bases, I think that's been on for a while, and search settings, again, that's been something that's been there for a while. So if you were one of these people that wanted the configuration options to control access, that's coming soon, or that's at least being worked on. And a couple of interesting Reddit posts that I came across. I built Moments, a lighter take on daily notes for Obsidian. So OP created what he calls Moments. Moments that mark basically anything dated that you've done right there. So there's a quick video on how they've done it, what they do, and how you can use it as well in your daily life. So well worth checking that out, as well as the post in Reddit. The other one was, if you're having trouble using Obsidian, then this one simple trick may help you to get things going. So it goes into quite a lot of detail. Without the obvious, just write notes. It's a note-taking app. All you have to do is write in it. They actually go through and explain their process and what changed in their mind to basically really get going with Obsidian. So again, well worthwhile having a look at this one, as well as the 22 or so comments that have been posted. And last up is Octarine is live, a new task and project management system for Obsidian workflows. So in this one, OP wanted something simple that was capable, that had more than just checkboxes, but wanted to work in markdown format, so that could be future-proof at any time. So you can see it, what it looks like, what it does, how it works, and also how to install it at some point down below. So again, well worthwhile checking out to see what Octarine is all about. So that was that for Obsidian. Now Thymer, is the beta coming soon? And it looks likely as a yes. And on top of that, there might be a two-way markdown mirror. So you can see here, markdown mirror, he's opening the file explorer, goes into it, markdown mirror, opens it with text edit, does something, and I'm guessing we'll do some changes, and that will reflect in Thymer automatically. So on top of that, the announcement does say one big last piece before the beta is released. So hopefully it's going to be coming soon. And as usual, please do join the unofficial Discord if you want more chat and updates on when the beta might be released. Capacities, they've had a few recent additions of late. Floating image analysis affordance, new image categories, local labelization, ESC in a task title, and raycast integration has been fixed again. So quite a few things that have been implemented by the Capacities team. And if you want to get a bit of an insight into how Beth uses recurring tasks, do definitely check out this post on the Substack, because she goes through in quite a lot of detail of how she uses recurring tasks to maintain her life. So well worthwhile having a look at that one. And one that I missed from last week is bulk import. I can't show you the video in Substack for some reason because it's been blocked, but basically bulk import is coming soon. So hopefully that's going to allow us to import our notes from other note-taking apps. So some great stuff from the Capacities team. Tana, the new Tana is now open, so the wait is over. You can now get your hands on the new Tana. So I won't go into the whole thing of this, but it's basically a radically different product, especially if you're coming from Tana Outlier. There is some concepts that have been brought across, but not everything. And on top of that, they say they've improved a number of other things. It's AI native product built for team collaboration. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to work with it with other people. You can work with it with agents and bots and things to get the most out of it. So it doesn't have to be a team product, although they do keep saying that you can get the most out of it if you work it within a team and do meetings. Most of the experience has gone into the meeting, most of the energy has gone into the meeting experience. So editor and brother workspace are still rough around the edges, but they've done a lot to get the meeting experience right. And when in doubt, you can ask AI and get any questions on that one. And there is quite a lot of more information that has been posted by Olav in the Slack channel. So you can read that at your own leisure, and as well there's a 10-minute or so demo from Theo of how you can actually use the tool. So some great stuff from the Tana team on that one, definitely worthwhile checking out. And a couple of other things that they've implemented for Tana Core or Tana Outliner is semantic breadcrumbs, so navigate part of relationships in Tana, as well as mermaid diagrams are now available via AI chat. So you can ask AI to create mermaid diagrams directly, flowcharts, sequence diagrams, entity relationships, etc., amongst other things. And here's a bit of a demo. Create a mermaid diagram for sign-up flow, where users can start a trial or choose to onboard, and basically it just does a flow diagram from AI. Logseq, they're still working on improving a lot of things, but on top of that, they are going to improve the gallery view. So add a configurable gallery asset display, add gallery view schema properties plus DB migration, and refine the gallery card rendering. So some good stuff coming to Logseq as well. Octarine, they've released another 3 or even 4 updates. I think I've got the last one, which was released just yesterday, but basically dedicated inbox for triage, enhanced workspace search with filters, full mermaid diagrams, and not types is just some of the stuff that Rajat and the team have released in the past week. And as usual, do check out the changelog because it does go into a lot more detail than I've just done there with what's been changed, the improvements and the fixes on every single release. So some great release notes from Rajat, so well done and keep that one up. Heptabase, they've released AI agent edit card content. So what you can do basically within Heptabase and using AI is you can write and ask various different things. So change this and it's going to come up with basically some suggested track changes that you can then implement into your card system as you like. And on top of that, view mention links, sub whiteboards and more. So now it basically has a lot more context that it can use in terms of responding and in terms of chatting with the AI. And on top of that, models in the AI chat mode can now read your images, mentions, text colors and sub whiteboards. So a lot of things that are possible within Heptabase. And AnyType, they've released desktop version 0.55, so it introduces object discussions, comment and have threaded conversations directly inside any object space, and chats have been merged. Creation flow, first class object citizens, and you can upload and organize bookmarks and get a dedicated layout, as well as various different other things that have been implemented in AnyType. So as usual, do check out the release notes because there is a few demos and it goes into a lot more description of what's been released and what's possible. And that was it for this week. So thank you very much for watching and I shall see you next week. Thanks. Bye.